Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I'd really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing the Black Label FP Journe Centigraphe Souverain. Black Label is a special series created in 2008 that is both a boutique and espace exclusive, as well as an exclusive to those who can prove prior new purchase of an FP Journe timepiece. So it's both a vendor exclusive and a owner exclusive. This timepiece, originally released back in 2007, actually won the Aiguille d'Or back at the 2008 GPHG. So a watch that is robustly decorated and remarkably spec'd. It wears easily for such a complicated and innovative timepiece. 40 millimeters in diameter and surprisingly only 10.6 millimeters thick. This one's easy to wear on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. Lug to lug, it's fairly compact, 48.3 millimeters, and the spacing between the lugs 20 millimeters. The Black Label is inherently a sportier looking iteration of the Centigraphe. Without actually being part of the Line Sport sports watch series, this one manages to accomplish an impressive aesthetic with the black dial, the red accents, the cream off-white counters, the platinum of the case, and this spectacular FP Journe factory strap. Alligator leather, medium scale, semi-gloss with a red contrasting stitch. You can see it uses curved spring bars so that the lugs can be drilled very close to the case without impeding the movement of the strap. You'll also appreciate the fact that FP Journe uses pull-tab spring bars on the bottom of its straps to allow easy removal without tools, and gator on both sides. That ensures much longer life for the strap, as gator is more expensive, but it's also considerably tougher. Matching platinum FP Journe branded pin buckle. Jumping back to the case band is simple and strong, as it's dominated principally by a mid-case junction of the bezel, the mid-case, and the case back. There's a little bit of a lip of the bezel and the case back past the mid-case. All is in high polish. You can see the lugs are nicely downturned, and they have a little bit of a tumble home from the center of the edge as well. On the crown side, you can see the characteristic double dimple of the FP Journe knurled crown, with a rocker that is patented that allows the chronograph to operate with only a single actuator, but with the stop and resume capability of a conventional twin pusher chronograph. So it's a mono pusher look with twin pusher flexibility. The dial is black, hence the nomenclature Black Label. You can see the stylized Journe-style Arabic numerals, which actually shrink as they bend around the individual sub-registers. The signature Journe biomorphic hands, black polished, along with the black polished bolt-fixed bezel for the triple registers. The bolts on the dial side, an FP Journe innovation from his very first own-brand watches in the 90s, originally controversial, now signature, and I must also say, widely copied. The first was the best. As you can see, each of the registers features its own tachymeter scale. The registers include variously a 1 second 100 stop centigraph, or 1/100th of a second register. You have a 20 second register, and then you have a 10-minute register. And you're able to time very quick things, or very fast things I should say, moving at 36,000 units per hour, either miles or kilometers per hour, and then using the smallest, or I should say the smallest unit on the slowest register, you could time something moving as slow as 6 kilometers per hour. So from 36,000 to 6 kilometers per hour, you start when the object starts the course like a standing kilometer, you stop when the object finishes the standing kilometer, and then you read the number next to the hand to gauge its speed. A combination of black, off-white, and red. This is a dramatic sporting tritone made famous by the motorsports chronographs of the 1960s and 70s. Jumping over to the crown side, when I talk about twin pusher capability, I mean you have the ability to stop the chronograph and restart. A mono pusher conventionally doesn't have that. Now you also have the ability to stop and recenter everything using that rocker, which is a pleasure to use as it's easy to manipulate. On the case back, you can see the manufacture caliber 1506, 06 being the year work began on the movement, and 15 being the size of the movement in French ligne, an archaic measure of movement size. You will note the first thing that all of the bridges and plates are 18 karat rose gold. FP Journe makes his movements, bridges and plates out of solid gold, so this watch, 40 millimeters in platinum, winds up feeling considerably more massive even than a 40 millimeter platinum watch. The barrel is at the center. Off the arbor, it drives most of the chronograph complication. Off of the barrel, it drives the time, that is the hours and minutes of the day. In this fashion, and this is the second patent accorded to this watch, It manages to achieve operation of the chronograph continuously without any loss of balance amplitude. Impressive, because that is a conventional and traditional pitfall of chronograph watches. Now, it does cost you power reserve. If you don't run the chronograph, the movement will allow the watch to run for 80 hours. If you run the chronograph continuously, it will only run for 24 hours. But remember, the largest register on the chronograph is 10 minutes, so there's no need to do that. 50 jewels. Hand finished, as you can see, circular Cote de Genève. There's a mirrored bevel on the edge of the bridges. All of the screw heads are black polished, and there's a handsome radial grain on the crown wheel. You'll also appreciate the fact that the balance is free sprung for shock resistance, and the balance itself is very large. It has an enormous moment of inertia, therefore it's not as susceptible to vibration or bump-induced timing deviation, even though it's not a classically high beat rate at 21,600 vibrations per hour. The watch is sporty, but not quite a sports watch, as it features water resistance of 30 meters. You can see this handsome, rare, and exclusive FP Journe Centigraphe Black Label, and make it yours on the watch box.